Hey guys, we're going to talk about templates. I had a guy that was having to add his engineering stamp to each drawing by bringing it in from AutoCAD. And so I explained to him that he could do this by building a template and having a switch that he could turn on and off so that this stamp would show up just when he wanted it to. And that's all it was a switch. So he didn't have to import it to every drawing individually. He could just turn it on for whatever drawings he needed and it would be there. So that's kind of what we're going to go over now. I'm going to open up a drawing. Go here, drawing list. Open this drawing up. Okay, as you can see, there's nothing here out of the ordinary. You have your title block, bill of material. This is a column, so you have your grid location, but we don't have a stamp. So that's what we're going to work on now is adding a stamp to this drawing. So let's get back out of here. Okay, so what we're going to do is you could go here to drawings and reports and go to template editor and select that. Go here. All right, we're going to say new. You want to use a graphical, that way you can add images and things of that nature. Your textorial is more for reports, and you have less options for what you can do with that. So we're going to use our graphical. We're going to add a row. And since we're working with drawings, then we're going to use the drawing our content here. Say OK. We want to enlarge this just by grabbing that handle, making it larger. That way we can get a logo in here and a couple of other things. You can add text. Could say built by. And then we can enlarge this if we need to. Double click, go here, say 730 seconds. All right, and say we want to add a picture, which could be a company logo, anything else you need. I'm just going to use just the Tekla right now. Put that in here. And like I say, this can be any image that you want. It needs to be, a bitmap, JPEG. I think this is a JPEG actually. Yeah, it is. I use bitmaps myself, but whatever suits you. And then if I needed a date or something under here, then I could add a value field. Now these value fields, pretty much you can grab any information out of Tekla that you want. We're going to go ahead and bring this down. So basically, you see here you have all of this information that you could bring in to this stamp. It's totally up to you. You could use date, and it's going to bring in today's date. Whatever date that you're open the drawing in, that's the date that it's going to bring up in the stamp. It's going to work off of your computer's date. If you want to actually specify a date yourself, you may want to work off the revision. You could say date last. So the last revision is the date that's going to come into this stamp. So we'll try that. We'll enlarge this a little bit. Say 3/8. Okay, so we basically now we have a stamp that we can add to our drawings. All right, so I'm just going to go File, Save As. Now, it's recommended to have a firm folder. I can drop this in the firm folder, and if I have my firm folder on a network or server, then the entire company can access this. So it doesn't have to be on each individual machine, as long as everybody's looking to the same place for the firm folder. So we're just going to go in here, just say test 001. Okay. All right, so now we have that saved. So I'm going to minimize and go back to Tekla here. Now we have to add this to our layout in order for it to show up. I am going to drop back just for a second, go here. Just want to let you know. Here we have no rules set. So we're going to go add this to our layout. Go to Drawings and Reports, Drawing Settings, Drawing Layout. All right, we're going to add this to Assembly Drawings. If you need it on, say, GA Drawings, you would select that. If you want it on both, you have to go to both to add this. So we go to Table Layouts, whatever sheet sizes you want it to be available for. I'm going to select 18 by 24 tables. Okay, then I'm going to find where I just saved that, test 001. I'm going to add that in. All right, I want this above the revision block, so I specify that I want, this is the bottom of this stamp here. It's the center line of the bottom side of it. And this would be the center line of the top of the revision block. So I want the bottom of my stamp to be in relation to the top of the revision block. Okay. And then you'll have to do some offsets based on what you build. That may be something you have to kind of play with a little bit to see what those settings are. Right now, I'm just going to put in -1/16, X and Y. Say update, apply OK, update, apply OK, and apply OK. Then I'm just going to go in here to a column that I have created already. And here we have a stamp. And based off the revision date here, we have the same date here. So like I say, if you go to revisions here, this date is what's being populated here. So if you change this date to today, and you modify, not create. If you create, then you would have 2 here instead of 1. We're just going to modify number 1 here. Modify, and then close, and then we'll reopen. And you notice this date changed as well as this date changed. Okay, so we've added that, but this is going to show on every drawing whether we want it to or not. We don't have a switch that tells it to turn on and off right now. So maybe that's something that you would like. All right, it's not a big deal. We'll close out of this drawing here. Go back here. Now I've built several stamps, and so just going to go ahead and pull up another one. This one here, we have a rule. Advanced here so you can see it a little better. But it says if is set user-defined attribute number 6, then output. And what this is saying, if there's anything in the user-defined attribute number 6, show the stamp. Else, do not show the stamp. All right, we'll go back to Tekla for a moment. And I have my drawing list on another screen. I'm opening up a drawing. So I'm going to go here and we'll go to user-defined attributes down here. All right. So I've made some changes here. This normally for you would say user field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have it set for approval only. Then I could just basically, if I put an A stamp would come on. All right, now I'll show you this. Say modify, apply, OK, modify, apply, OK. All right, I'm going to reopen this drawing. All right, you notice another stamp is here. It's because it comes on when I set the user-defined attribute for approval only. Then if I switch that, say delete, and I went to for fabrication, I can put an F here. It doesn't matter what it is. But you notice here it says for approval only. So if I switch it for fabrication, modify, apply, OK, modify, apply, OK, and reopen the drawing. All right, now I have a for fabrication stamp here. All right, you can do the same thing with this. Like I say, right here, if anything is set in this user-defined attribute, then it will output. And in this user-defined attribute, it doesn't have to be number 6. It can be anything that you want. Just go to your selection and basically pick. If you go to, well, pretty much anything. Let's see, yeah. It could be user field 1. It could be the comment. Whatever you see inside this area, that's what's available. Submittals. Maybe you want it tied to a submittal. It's up to you. Okay, guys, so I've covered building a simple stamp template and how you can go about applying that to a drawing, how you can set it up to have an on-off switch for that. If you would like further details on certain portions of what I've done here, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to build additional videos to help you guys out. Thanks.